if you can somehow manage to split your car mech up a little bit and do a larger car mech push on one side and then kind of run in on the other side, that is pretty strong. But okay, let's see what. Oh, in the game. Okay, you want to times 2 times 4 it. But yeah, the big thing is just keeping that alive. And also, like I said, like after your third goes down, the other thing besides trying to find if they're going mutas or not, build like a sensor tower. Like you always have like money. That's why you're always throwing on extra CCs before you can afford them. So like, just once that third goes down, double gas and take a sensor tower so you don't get surprised. If you are a mech player and your army's slow, you can't be just pulled around like that.
I mean, this is maybe not the best replay because this is just where I lose to the one base all in. Basically, already told me that. I just like.
Well, let's see if you see anything that is worth seeing. So, not yet. You don't see anything at all yet. Oh, what did you see with the Reapers? You probably should have just ran with the Reapers.
There's a few other games you watch.
Scouting, specifically scouting on this map, you want to come up through the natural. See that jump up spot?
Dog, what's up, man?
You hear me?
Said through the natural.
Yeah, keep.
How do you
up.
ping? That's good. Oh shit!
I
just. Okay.
What's going on?
My AOE 4 controls went in and you're pinging everywhere. How do you what's the controls for ping?
That's the path.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Oh,
come in through the natural and you could run. You'll obviously bypass some forward tanks. Yep, right there.
How you doing today, Dog? Welcome, man.
On this map specifically. Alright, so yeah. So you have no idea that he's doing this Viking tank bullshit off one base. Which again, if you did know, you'd be able to hold this, I think, pretty easily. Go ahead, you could play.
You go 2 times 2 or?
That's fine. I'm just trying to see when you see any of his tech.
Dog, did you play a Rocket League tournament? Playing StarCraft. I really want to start playing tournaments as well. I want to get these fucking. I also want to cast more. Suck at it right now. Seem really fun. Sc2 tournament. Is it the you like playing in the Sc2 amateur, right? This fucking I just want to do this build, honestly. This guy's doing. Think it's any good?
I mean, so the way you wanna play this game is not like once you see a build that kills you, you just take that build and do that. What you really want to do is you want to just figure out how to make your build better that you're already doing, and how to adjust when you see certain things, and like pick scout timing. Yeah. Like you have no idea this. Like the problem with a lot of your games is you hate cheese so much, and the reason you hate cheese so much is because you're playing blind the whole first 5 minutes of the game.
That's true.
You gotta see what they're doing to figure out how to respond.
I feel like we should go to a different.
Yeah, that's fine. There's not much else after this. Yeah, you're dead. So.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, that's what happens. That's what should happen if you don't know what's coming.
True. This is why you data cannon rushes a lot. Yes.
Well, cannon rushes. You honestly don't really have much time to scout them. It's more like they're in your face already. That's the only thing about cannon rushes. You got to just not freak out and pull workers early enough.
Or just quit. Game. That's what I did.
What I'm saying though is, so remember, so if you're trying to figure out a scout timing for like Terrans, if you don't want to like jump in with Reapers or like do stuff like that, then just after your natural's down, like going down, and you have a scan, just scan in the middle of their natural and their main, and you should see if they have like a reactor getting ready for like the starport to swap and things like that, or if they already have a tech lab on their barracks, something cheeky's coming up.
Saying a tech lab on their barracks.
Oh, your time's 8ing it. Oh, I can't even see what's happening.
My bad.
Okay.
Good. Thought it was times 4. I was also trying to make you have a seizure. Accidentally.
Okay, to your supply block.
That happens. Okay, I should preface these games by saying I got so fucking tilted. Who's teaching you? This is Crumb. Rum is a M. We'll call him an M2, almost M1.
I mean, I would call me an M3 Terran.
Okay.
But I have the M2 border.
I was gonna talk you up for a second.
No.
He's a MECH Terran. He runs Cryptic Gaming. He's a very nice guy. Okay, so if you notice, I kind of was it this game? I don't know if it was this game.
What is happening?
What?
You built the starport all in the back of your.
I know it's a habit. I don't know saying why.
Yeah, that's bad because you're gonna need to float it, and you're gonna be floating for 10 minutes to get to your barracks reactor.
I know. But you see, okay, I don't know if it was this game or which game, but I think it's this game. I basically just went straight into tanks, Vikings.
I mean, you can do that. You just, yeah, you don't need to take your gases as early if you're doing this. Oh, you went straight for a reactor all the way over there, or a tech lab. Yeah, okay, so I mean, like this game, there's not much to look at. You don't.
But that is literally the same.
Yeah, you scouted this game this time. That's good.
This guy.
Oh, he offended you.
Yeah, he fucking BMs me, and I was like, dude, fuck you. Pretty much.
Okay, so, I mean, so this game, you did scout it this time, like you saw what his tech was, but the problem with this game was you built your starport so far away that you couldn't get that Raven out early enough, and then you couldn't get your starport on your reactor barracks fast enough. So that position really hurt you because you lifted it for the tech lab and built a Raven, I guess. Like there was just, it's important. Building like placement is actually really important, even though people don't like to think that it is. It's actually really important early game. Like if you're trying to hold cheeses and things like that, like every second matters. Or maybe not every second, but you know.
What's pre-pog? What does that mean? Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure I have 2 Ravens out now instead of.
Well, no, you'd have 1 Raven, and you would have scouted that reactor starport, and you would have swapped, and that barracks would have already had a reactor because you scouted it. That's what would have happened.
Oh.
So yeah, you need to when you're practicing your builds and doing it, you need to try to make sure you're doing your building placement the same every game.
Yeah. This is the placement I have for TVP, so that's why I did.
Oh yeah,
but this build, I mean, like I like the build. How do I want to say this? I like the build that you've given me. It makes sense. Can I just cut the Ravens and just make like Kings?
No. So the reason, okay, so
it's easier.
I mean, it's not. Number one, it's not my build. It's Innovation's build. But like,
I know. Yeah.
You need those Ravens to hold cheeses. Now like you're dying to this build. You're dying to this build specifically, but for 99% of Terran openings, like if you have a Raven, a Cyclone, and the 3 River 2 Hellion, you're going to hold most things. You're just not holding this specific one. That's why you need to adjust when you see it. Yeah, so like you don't want to change your whole build because one build's hurting you.
So what you're saying is like if I properly I have enough heat.
Well, no, it's not properly. It's you need to do the build and then you need to scout and to adjust your build. That's part of the build. Like learning the adjustments, that's part of a build. That's part of knowing a build. There's like you got to think of a build like a tree, right?
Yeah. Defadog, I'm down to practice with you. Yeah. But I don't really like getting coached while it's fucking. I mean, Crumb has done it before, and it's totally fine sometimes. But I just get like
you got to be in the mood for it. If you're in like if you're not in the mood for it, then it's not fun and it's really frustrating. But if you're okay with it, then it's fine. But I mean, there's days like that where I just don't want to hear people tell me how to play while I'm playing, and there's days I do. I don't know.
Yeah, it's for me. It's like if on my day off, it's easier. I already worked today. Just,
I mean, realistically, if we shouldn't like, if we were to do that, maybe not streaming. That way, you're not interacting with stream, and we can actually focus on stuff. But when you're streaming, obviously, it's more important to talk to the chat, and say hello. All right, so what do we got here?
Yeah, but dog, I'm definitely down to practice later if you're still on. Like hour maybe. I'm surprised Crumb's still on.
It's the weekend.
Yes, yeah. What day is today? Saturday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Mother's Day. Yeah, you want to make
Tomorrow
sure
is
you're doing
Mother's
this
Day?
wrong
Oh
too.
shit.
So you're not pulling off gas after the factory goes down. 3 of them need to be off. That's a problem with this build. It's making your CC slower and your starport slower. That's gonna make it harder to hold cheeses. So little things like that matter. That's all.
Yeah.
Going back to work matters.
Yeah, ZVZ is super fucking... I like playing TVZ though. Does Crumb get lots of one particular matchup in?
No, I wouldn't say. I would say there's certain days where I get a lot of the same matchup, but typically it's spread pretty evenly.
He got a lot of TVTs today.
A lot of TVTs today, but like the other day I got nothing but TVPs. And I mean, I think it's spread pretty evenly, honestly. It's just, it feels like there's certain days where I get like nothing but one matchup.
Because Arcane wants to say that Terran, like the patch that we're in, is really good for Terran. But I can never tell
again,
if
So back to this replay again, the problem right here is we're late on the add-ons, the starports in Timbuktu. And you're gonna get supply blocked because you didn't build a depot after the second Hellion. Like all this stuff is like, we've talked through this build, like you're just not practicing the build, you're not doing the build, that's all. And there's not even a point to watch it after this if you're dying to stuff randomly, that's why. You know what I mean? And this is also going to make your timing late, so... Well, that's important, like, that's how you want to practice, that's how you want to improve. You really do want to focus on doing the build correctly and not winging it.
So what you're saying is if I make these little minor mistakes, which...
But they're not minor, they're big. Yeah. Like, it's not like you're making one little minor mistake, like, your supply block for a short time, it's not that, it's like things are way off. And where's that barracks going? Oh. Yeah, like floating that starport, man. That hurts so bad. It was 10 seconds. But yeah, I don't know. That's my two. You could take it or leave it, I guess. But you're just hurting yourself by not doing things crisp. Games are gonna feel much harder when things aren't on time.
I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I'm saying
I'm not wrong.
I'm just saying, like, I will try my best to be as crisp as possible, but like, I don't know. I'm just not like a fucking pro gamer.
Well, you're not, but that's why, like, in order to, nobody's except for the pros, right? So, like, that's why you do want to be practicing the build, and you want to go in versus AI, you want to get the build down, you want to have all the stuff, all the mental notes on things you need to do. You need to be, like, already practiced before you do a game. And then when you do games, they're going to feel so much easier, I'm telling you, I promise you, when you know what you're supposed to do and you're not just, like, kind of winging it based off of how, like, I don't know, how you're feeling in that moment.
So when you say things like I'm just winging it, it makes me feel like I'm not following the build to the best of my ability, which is, it's like you gotta cut me some slack to where I realize I'm fucking up.
I mean, I want to be honest. I don't want to try to be super tactful. You know what I mean?
To say I'm winging it is like, yeah, you're just building this random ass shit. It's like, well, I mean, I'm not as crisp as I could be. But I'm not just like fucking winging it.
All right, well, hold on. So
you
then,
know?
I'm looking at a third CC.
Yeah.
Looking at building placement that's just way out of whack. You didn't pull off gas. You slowed down like all your Raven production and your Viking production. You should probably have more Vikings by now. You got a 7:45 move out coming up, and you should be okay on the tanks. Honestly, that's not the worst thing. You should be your tank numbers okay.
How do you?
But you're like you must be cutting corners to get this third CC out, which means that you're not going to have all the units that you should have. Because
eight tanks, right?
Like this build, like again, I mean, this innovation build, like you have no money at all the whole time. Like it is all like banking up exactly for your production cycles. So when you do the build correctly and on time, then you will be spending all of your money. You will not have money for a CC. But again, and the reason I'm saying when you wing it, that's like I mean in a sense that like you have the general idea of what you're supposed to do, but you're not doing stuff like on time. That's what I mean by winging it. Like I'll watch pro games and I'll see that they're doing like a 1-1-1 into a 3-1-1 into a 5-1-1, and I'm like, sweet, I kind of know what they're doing. Let me just do that, and then there you go. But then I'm like, 30 seconds late, or whatever, because I didn't know the way that they were cutting things, the timing of their barracks. Like, there's reasons. It's I mean, you're winging it technically. That's what winging it is. Like, you got the general idea, but it's just not on time and crisp. But that matters. I don't know. And if you want to improve there, I mean, the way to improve is just to go in versus AI and practice it, and then once you got that timing down exactly, like perfect, then you can go take it to ladder and collect your wins, I guess. So let's see here. So this push needs to go like ASAP, and usually you want to go to the third really quickly. Yeah, see, like his push right here, you can technically hold with your reinforcements if you're in position. And see, here's the problem too. Like, taking this third is also the problem, because you're trying to defend this. And realistically, with the problem with this build, like if you're going for a slow third CC, like you gotta do damage, right? Like the build is designed to do damage, or else you're behind. And if you don't do damage and you just decide to chill back and defend your third, he's already had his third since what, like 5-6 minutes, 6 minutes maybe. That's 3 minutes of way better economy than you. That's why it's crucial to go push, and triple is like you gotta hurt his economy.
So what do I do when he starts pushing me? I mean,
if you push him on time, then it doesn't happen. If you push him late because things were late, then this happens.
That makes sense. I also just don't really.
And if you really don't like this build, and that's fine. There's other builds to do. It's just, I don't know this tank marine Viking. I don't know how well it transitions back into mech. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I don't know what the timings are going to be after that. You're going to have to figure those out on your own, or watch some replay. Do you know what I mean? And then you're going to have to start over from learning a build.
I have done this build well, and I had like won games with it. But I guess some of the problems, obviously, I have. Okay, besides not being crisp, is like dying to that early game thing, which we already talked about. Or
so what's the solution there? Scouting.
Scouting.
Your scouting has to be part of a build, right?
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'll get a huge lead in supply. So I'm trying to find a way to phrase the. So this game, I'm pretty sure I end up losing because like he just multi-prongs me and just fucking. I don't think I win this game. I lose
you got
that.
Here, so keep you, and then go kill all that. Good, nice. Cast your auto turrets. And your Vikings. And yeah, that engagement, it was just a little slow to happen. That should have been an easy fight. So you might, like your army supply is up right now, but he has a fourth on the way. His bio production is now kicking in. Like sometimes it feels like you're ahead, but you're really like, his economy is gonna boom pretty hard right now. And his production is.
It's because he's had his third for longer than.
Well, he's had his third, and like he's been adding his barracks, and now they're done and they're going. And he's got a lot of tech labs too, so he's definitely ready for mech too. So he's gonna be making lots of marauders.
That's a good point. Yeah, I guess.
And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna be struggling to hold this base. He's gonna start just hitting you back and forth, and it's gonna feel like he's pulling you apart. But the reason is because your build didn't hurt his economy early game, and he just got that far of a lead. And you really need that sensor tower, so that way that they don't get in a position. Like we've already like beat the dead horse here. Just once you take your third sensor tower, it needs to go down, or else this happens. This is surprise.
Dude, I was so fucking pissed off this was happening. I was losing my mind.
Yeah, I get it. I get I feel the same way sometimes, but like, in hindsight, like, you should realize, like, hey, I'm behind here, so I should be losing, and don't get mad about it. But it's easier said than done.
I guess I didn't realize how far behind. Listen to you explain. Like he's had his third and all that shit. There's another. We can just skip to the next replay if you want.
Yeah, that's good.
I
mean, yeah, I'm just throwing out what's going on and what I'm thinking while this is going on. So
no, for sure, for sure. I appreciate it. I'm not the best student, to be honest.
Well, all I'm saying is you gotta take this as like learning. We're trying to get you better, not hurt your feelings. You know.
Yeah, but it bruises the ego.
Because obviously you're diamond too.
No, I know. I play college sports. You know, I know how this goes, but it bruises the ego.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, legendary. I know this guy.
Is he a Smurf?
I mean, I don't think so. No.
The ego gets in the way of true. What the fuck is that?
Oh, we got it.